Yo, what's up everybody? So, there's been a few updates going on with the Civic. First off, welcome back to my channel. Glad you came back to watch. So yeah, there's I'm a little upset today. World Cup. Portugal wound up losing the World Cup today. So I'm a little upset, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, so I have some updates on my Civic. Get away from the sun. So as you guys can see, D16Y7 well, I'm actually about to pull it out from this car. But as you can see, I have no hood now. I sold the hood, headlights, front bumper. Actually no, I sold the front bumper too. Passenger side fender. I still have the headlights. I still have distributor. The intake manifold. Still got that. So yeah, it's getting closer and closer to getting the motor pulled out. Today's actually Saturday. June 30th. So I'm actually hoping to get this motor pulled out of the car today. Now, I'm doing it by myself, which is going to be the fun part. I don't know how I'm going to wind up doing this, but my intention is to, as I start taking the bolts out from the engine mounts, my idea is, as it's coming down slowly, it's going to sit on top of a dolly, and I will be able to push it into my garage and leave it there. And while it's in there, I'm going to wind up putting the Y8 intake manifold on. I do have a couple things that I want to do with my Civic. That she's back there. You see it right back there. Yeah. So with that being said, let me go put on some gloves and let's get going with this. Hey, I'm back. Had to go change. Alright, so let's go ahead and start working on this bad boy. To get at. So what I'm going to do now is undo. I don't know if you guys can see it. Sorry if it's too. These lower bolts for the arm for the front strut. Pull that off. Pull these bolts off. Pull this crown bolt off right here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Right down here, I'm going to pull that crown nut off, pull these off right here, and hopefully this whole arm will end up dropping. Once that arm drops, I will be able to pull the axle off. That way, the right up in there, I don't know if y'all can see it, pull that off, and hold on, there you go. I'll pull that off, and it'll come off right on the tranny. Now, again, I already got a lot of stuff pulled off the car. I already got the engine harness out. After I get all this stuff pulled off, I'm actually thinking about, these rotors look shot. And so does the caliper. But if it's an original caliper with 65,000 miles, I mean, if you guys haven't seen my last video, This is a 1999 Civic LX D16Y7 with 65,974 original miles. I'm basically going to have a brand new engine in my 93 Civic. So that project's going to be coming up. Hopefully, if I'm able to get this engine out and the intake manifold on next week, hopefully next weekend. Don't really know what date that is, but hopefully next weekend this engine will be put in that car. I have my boy Paul. He is going to be coming out here to help me out putting it in. And I might end up asking my brother, see if he wants to come out and help, because that guy, he's also a mechanic. So I'm not a mechanic. I just like working on cars. I'm not a mechanic. I'm learning as I go. So yeah, let's see how this works out. All right, so let's get to work here. So I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I'm sorry. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start taking this off. I don't know if this is even the right one. I'm gonna have to jack the car up some. All right, I'll be right back. Hang tight. I still have to cut the 2 bolts holding the pipe coming from the headers to the mid pipe going towards the back of the car. I was trying to do that yesterday, but for some odd freaking reason, well, I think it's so freaking rusted that I really couldn't do anything about it. So, alright, let's pop this pin out. I mean, I know I'm no mechanic, but that's kind of freaking obvious, right? So, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull that freaking pin out. I obviously can't see shit. Alright, there it is. So, there we go, right here. Almost clocked myself in the face with this damn thing. Alright, there we go. So that's loose. Where the hell's that? Too big. I don't know what size it is. I think it's 14. But I could be wrong. Boom, there it is. And it's a... I can't even tell. I can't even tell what it is. I'm going to say 14 right now. And of course now my gun ain't gonna fit down there. Son of a gun. See if I can lift the car up at another angle over here. God, this asphalt's hot. I don't know where the hell it's leaking from. Ah, okay, that ain't no biggie. It's leaking, water's leaking from the thermostat. Not a big deal. I can live with that. Alright, so which one was it again? Alright, it's gonna get a little loud. I'll apologize to you right now. Son of a bitch. Still not fucking high enough. Damn it. Little technical difficulties. So this isn't working out the way I've been wanting it to. So let me figure this out, and I'll be back with you in a couple seconds. What's up, everybody? I'm back again. So I was able to get the. Let's just go take a look. So I was able to get the axles taken out, the drive axles. As you can see, there's one, and the other one right over there on the floor. So I was able to get that taken out. Now what I'm going to wind up doing is I got my trusty Sawzall there with a brand new blade. Yes sir, brand new. So what I'm going to wind up doing now is, if you guys can see, you got the pipe right there, the exhaust pipe. I'm going to cut the 2 bolts that are holding it because they are really rusted on. So since they're so rusted on, they're not coming off. I tried taking it off yesterday, it's not happening. So I'm going to wind up cutting them out, and I'm going to do that, and I'll be back once I get the once I'm ready to drop the motor. As you guys can see, I still have this thing on jacks. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of wood, as you guys can see it, and it's on the jack, literally holding up the car. So I'm going to wind up doing that. I'm going to cut the that pipe right over there, right there, that pipe, that one. Yeah, I'm going to take that one off, so I can be able to drop the motor. Now once I'm able to drop the motor, what I'm going to have to do is right down there, have that mount there. I got to unbolt, take that bolt out off of oh wow, hold on, sorry, right there, that one right there. I'm gonna have to take that out. You got another mount right here, another mount right there. This is the support bracket for the manifold. Then there's another bolt on the other side, right over there somewhere, right down there. You can see it, the harness is in the way. But yeah, so I'm gonna wind up doing that, and I should be able to drop this motor today, which is a really good thing, because I gotta get this this car out of my driveway so my neighbors don't start freaking out that the new guy is a pig and he has this beat up car in his driveway and it's making the neighborhood look bad. So I don't want that. So I don't want that. I want to try to get the this thing out of here as soon as possible. I got to try to get this thing out of here as soon as possible. That's all I know. But I'm going to go ahead, and again, safety first. I'm going to go ahead, cut that out, and we will be back after these. We'll be back. That's all I can tell you. Hey guys, I'm back again. So, whew, I've done a lot. I don't even know what time it is. Probably like 7 or something like that. I don't know, but man, this has been a battle. So what I wound up doing, which is a freaking pain in the balls, what I wound up doing was I had a I have taken off some of the mounting bolts for the mounts, as you can see down there, right down here. Right there was one bolt, and right down here was another bolt. I took those out. For the transmission, go right there. There you go. There's a bolt here and a bolt there. I took them out, so now the motor is almost loose. Literally, the motor's almost loose. It's literally just wobbling. All I got to do now is take off this bolt right here, that bolt right there, and on this side, that bolt there, that bolt there, or I'm sorry, nut. Take off those two nuts there. I should be able to drop the motor. Now, what I'm going to wind up doing is I have a dolly here. I'm going to sit it on top of the dolly. So, my messy ass garage. So, I have a dolly here. What I'm going to wind up doing now is, alright, so I have a dolly here. What I'm going to wind up doing now is how I have the car on jack stands. Well, jack stands on blocks. In the back, the whole car is surrounded. It's completely on blocks. Whole car is completely on blocks. Then I have this concoction that I wound up doing. Hey, yo, guess what? It worked. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. It worked. For the height that I needed it to be, it worked. What I'm going to wind up doing now is on the block, on the center blocks, like you see right there, I have those pieces of wood which are on all four corners, even in the back there, and I don't know if you can tell in the back right there, but it's the same thing. I have pieces of wood on it. What I'm going to wind up doing is I'm going to lift up the front of the car, take those blocks off, not the blocks, I'm sorry, the pieces of wood, sit the car down on top of the blocks. Hopefully the motor will sit on top of the dolly, and I'll be able to move it into my garage. Now, after I get it moved into the garage, what I'm going to wind up doing, I have oh, it's in here, right in there somewhere, my shed. I have the Y7 intake manifold, but in my garage I have the Y8. So while I have it out, I'm going to go ahead, take advantage, and I'm going to get the Y8 manifold put on the car. I'm waiting for the gasket, throttle body. I'm hoping my Y7, the Y7 throttle body will work, because I'm not using the VTEC head yet. I'm not going to use the Y8 head yet. Right now I just got to get this car to run so I can get it to pass inspection, because driving it every day and the car smokes just like a diesel. I'm just scared that I'm going to wind up getting a ticket for it, because I could get that one police officer that could be an a-hole, could be having a bad day, then it's whatever. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to actually leave this one on the video so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, what I'm going to do. And again, I'm doing this on my own. I'm not a mechanic. I'm doing this all by myself. When I go to put it in my car, again, like I said earlier, my boy's going to come help me, and we're going to take the D15 D7 out of the 93 LX and put the Y7 in there. So, let's go on ahead and do this. So I stand up. Alright. Alright. Now let me go ahead, drop it down, and we'll see how this goes. Alright. Alright, so she's down. So now I'm hoping that I have enough clearance underneath where I can put the dolly underneath the whole engine and the transmission, drop it down, and then lift the car back up, the front end, and lift the front end back up and be able to pull the motor out from underneath the car. How well is this going to work? I don't know. I don't know how well it's going to work. Have I seen it done? Yeah, I've seen videos of it done. How well is it going to work? Oh, but yo, let's find out. All right, so where am I going here? All right, so let's go over here to where all the sockets are at. Don't ask what size sockets these are. I don't know. I just have sockets. This one's actually a snap-on. You can see it says snap-on. It's actually 18 mil. That is definitely not 18. Probably a 17 mil, which that's a 19, so that's bigger. I don't know if I have, because my sockets don't like to tell me what the hell they are. I have a whole shitload of sockets, but see, I have sockets here, but I guarantee you guys that I don't even have one that's a freaking 17. But if I'm not mistaken, nope, the recorder ain't gonna work either. I think I messed up well. Alright, so I wound up finding my 17 mil. It was actually on my gun the whole time. It was on here the whole time. So I found it. There you go. So I found it. What I'm going to wind up doing now, I already put the dolly underneath the car. Well, underneath the engine. So there you go. It looks like it's going to work. What I got to do now is, again, 2 bolts there, 1 and 2. 2 bolts there, 1 and 2. I just got to pull them out. And hopefully it'll work. So with that being said, let's I'll put that down right here. You know what? Yeah. All right. So let's go on ahead, pull these bolts out. So there's a 1, and now she's going to start dropping on this side. There you go. And let's see, she is pretty much on top, almost on the dolly. Not that I hate you. So let's pull these off. There. I think she's on here now. Nope, almost. But it is hitting something. Fudge. I gotta pull the AC lines. I kind of forgot about the AC lines. I know the one thing I don't want to do throughout this whole process, the one thing I didn't want to do was pull the, whatchamacallits, the belts. I definitely didn't want to pull the belts out. It was just one less thing that I would have to do, have to worry about. I'm trying to think of how. Oh, okay. So if you look right under here, try to get a good angle for you guys. All right, so if you, there you go, right there, perfectly. So if you see right there, the two lines are the air conditioning lines, I believe. Those two lines right there, what I am thinking about doing is that bolt and this bolt right here, that one and that one. I'm going to undo those bolts, pull these two, this line right here, sorry, this line right here, and this line, these two lines here. I'm going to unbolt. I'm going to pull the bolts off of those and leave the lines hanging. If Freon comes out, fuck it, Freon comes out. What the fuck am I going to do now? Alright, what am I going to do now? Freon comes out, Freon comes out. It's whatever. So, where the hell? Here's my gun. Got an idea. So let's go on ahead with this long ass extension and a 10 mil. Let's go on ahead and do this.